People Incorporated is a very wonderful organization. They treat people with mental illness with respect, but the thing that I notice the most is that they treat us with compassion.
I really feel that if People Incorporated wasn't available, if I'm not able to go to that crisis unit, I don't think I would be where I am today.
That would be that much less love in my life, that much less care and opportunity in my life.
I would still be bouncing in and out of the hospital, spending tax dollars.
I'd be dead today, and that's a fact.
I think my daughter would be in prison. We wouldn't have good housing. We wouldn't have a safe program for her. I can't even imagine.
Well, I was very fortunate to arrive at Dayton Avenue Church in 1962. It was also known as the Dale Selby community, and it was the highest index of crimes that took place, and broken homes and families. And the people that became part of People Incorporated in the early stages lived directly behind the church in a rooming house. Men who would come out of the service and who had different mental, social problems, and they were given medication, and they were therapeutically addicted at that point, and they would have their breakfast early in the morning, and then they were sent out on the street, or they didn't have anything to do. So we opened the door to church, and then opening that, the men start coming in. We had the free cookies and coffee, and we got ashtrays there for them to smoke, which is against my principles, but we said that's an enticement of how do you minister, and that's what where it started, basically.
Rick volunteers with People Incorporated's Project Recovery, a program that helps people with mental illness who are homeless and addicted to drugs and alcohol. Rick knows the challenges they face because he's been there himself.
Started doing alcohol when I was 9, drugs when I was 13, and started doing a lot of heavy narcotics before I was even 18. I quit drinking about 11 years ago, but traded one addiction for another addiction, and my drug use just exploded.
After being arrested in 2004, Rick started to turn his life around. He quit doing drugs, but was still living on the streets with untreated mental illness. Then he met an outreach worker from People Incorporated, who helped him get a place at their Safe Haven in Minneapolis, a program that helps homeless people with mental illness get off the street and get medical care. After 13 months there, People Incorporated helped him move into his own apartment.
I'm very grateful for People Incorporated for helping me get set up in my own place. Currently, I'm giving back. Me and another gentleman, we repair laptops, and we turn around and donate them to the Safe Haven or to the outreach workers. And I thought it was about time to start turning my life around and do a little community payback.
Gail has suffered from depression and the stigma of mental illness all her life. After a series of hospitalizations, she was referred to People Incorporated's Nancy Page Crisis Residence, which offers people in crisis a safe, home-like place to recover without the stigma and locked wards that often go along with hospitalization. At Nancy Page, Gail found personalized medical care and a community of people who strengthened her self-confidence. Now she lives independently, but knows that People Incorporated's crisis residence is always there if she needs it.
As a young child, I was aware of the stigma of mental illness from my parents, my father especially. He used the word crazy a lot to describe people that he did not like. Through the media, too, the movies that I had seen, how they depicted the mentally ill, how they treated the mentally ill, how I was treated when my coworkers found out that I dealt with depression. They were not too nice. They would walk by my cubicle, and under their breath, they would mumble things like schizo or crazy, whatever they said. It was very hurtful, very painful. And I finally had a breakdown where I couldn't deal with anything and landed in the hospital for the first time when I was 29. My first visit with Nancy Page, first of all, I was struck by the house itself. The dining room, the fireplaces, the furniture, markedly different from a hospital situation. Very comfortable, very humanizing. You could almost feel like you're at home. But the care was special. The people there were very respectful and compassionate. And it's very different from a hospital setting where everything is clinical and detached.
Gail also participates in People Incorporated's Artability Art Show, held every October to highlight the talents and contributions of people with mental illness. Gail's artistic talents have flourished since becoming involved with the program, and she's won several Artability Awards for her artwork and writing. Over 90 artists from around the metro area participate in the Artability Art Show each year.
Oh, Artability definitely raised my self-esteem. It made me feel good. It made me feel validated as an artist. It made me feel validated as a person. It made me feel good that I was showing with peers and that the focus was on what you can do, not what you can't.